Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm driving this. This is the Mercedes AMG S63 E-Performance Edition 1 priced at rupees 4.5 crores on road Mumbai. This is the most powerful version of the S-Class ever. Yes, more powerful than the previous generation S65, which was obviously a V12. This is a V8. This is actually a plug-in hybrid. This is the 7th generation of the Mercedes S-Class and the key is the same as before. Nothing new on that front. I would have loved a screen here which would have been super cool. Unlock the car, lock the car, and this is to open the boot of the vehicle. Anyways, coming to this car, well, it has a lot of optional extras, so the price could be close to rupees 5 crores because it gets the night package, the exterior night interior night, whatever, doesn't matter. It gets the carbon fiber package as well, which adds carbon fiber here. If you notice, this one is closed, yes, but on the other side, this is actually open because the intercooler is right behind. So you get carbon fiber finishing here. That is the towing hook. You get 6 parking sensors because obviously it has got self-park as well. Massive Mercedes logo because the radar is actually behind it. There's a camera here. I thought the camera would go inside, but no, it does not. It's always stuck outside. In fact, I even thought that this will close, but I haven't seen it close, but it could close for better aerodynamic efficiency as well. It says AMG here. The Mercedes logo has been removed from here. Instead, you get the AMG logo right there. And when I open the hood, I realized that there's a massive engine right there. In fact, it has been handcrafted by the person's name is written right there. Mercedes AMG. Oh my god, it is super duper hot. There's insulation, a different kind of insulation right there. Washer fluid goes in on the corner somewhere. And let's just shut this gas struts. Obviously, if you notice, the engine number is being written here. Okay, that's the VIN number. Anyways, let's shut this. Oh my god, yeah, that was quite the bang. Now, if you notice, you get actually 3 sort of cameras for lane keep assist and all that because this guy's obviously got level 2 ADAS as well. Now, the lights are very complex. These are digital lights. First and foremost, when you unlock the car, they slowly turn on, and when you lock the car, they slowly turn off as well. You see the blue tinges on the inside. That's got 1.3 million micro mirrors on the inside to give a projection of up to 650 meters. Absolutely crazy. This is the DRL which actually converts into the indicator when you turn it on, obviously. But the lights are just amazing. In fact, the light also does a dance when you unlock the car and turn it on. Now, it will do a dance right in front. So that also looks quite cool. Now, in terms of the length, it is the same. In fact, the size is the same as the regular S-Class sold in India, which is the long wheelbase version of the S-Class. However, the Maybach is actually longer by approximately 180 mm. The wheelbase is longer for the Maybach version. So this car is still quite long because the length is more than 5.3 meters. The wheelbase is more than 3.2 meters. And yes, it is quite low, but it has got air suspension. So you can raise the front. Actually, you can raise the car completely, minutely to crawl over speed breakers without touching the car anywhere. Now, 21-inch wheels right here. These are obviously forged wheels, amazing in terms of design, but it gets carbon ceramic brakes as option. Yeah, AMG carbon ceramic optional discs, which you can see right here. In fact, the front tire size happens to be 255/40/21. Yeah, it's massive. Well, that's what she says. V8 bi-turbo E-Performance. There's a camera here. Obviously, because it gets a carbon fiber package, thing is finished in carbon fiber. The outside rear view mirrors. In fact, it's got this side skirt also, which again is finished in carbon fiber for weight reduction, which really doesn't work. The roof can accommodate up to 100 kgs. If you're the kind of guy who's going to load stuff on the roof, well, you shouldn't be getting a sedan. And the door handles, they go inside very quickly. So just need to swipe them to get them out. This says Mercedes-Benz here. It illuminates as well, which is quite cool. In fact, from the mirrors, it projects the Mercedes-Benz logo on the outside at night. The rear tire size is obviously bigger now because staggered tire setup. Rear tire size 285/35/21. Massive tires, like massive. Fuel goes in right here. Yeah, on the right side, fuel goes in. And you got multiple parking sensors here. In fact, around S63, there's this red finishing too. It says Mercedes-Benz here. The lights are absolutely stunning. I think the rear fog is where can't really see the rear fog. Yeah, the rear fog is on this side, and on this side you get the reversing light, dynamic swipe indicators, which are very cool. The tail lights also have this nice effect when you unlock the car at night, so they will come very slowly, and when you lock it also they will go very slowly, which is quite cool. You get quad exhaust very much visible. You can see those exhausts, which are absolutely fantastic. And you can see the underbody as well. That is the diffuser treatment, which is also finished in carbon fiber. 6 sensors at the rear for parking sensors. The camera pops out from there, and there's a keyhole, so in case the unlocking or the remote does not work, you can use that as well. Let's open the boot, which is kind of useless because this is 305 liters, which isn't big. I think there's a subwoofer placed right here. A lot of stuff in the boot. First and foremost, there's a 12-volt charging socket. What is this? This is the first aid kit. What is this? This is the tire inflator because this car does not get a spare wheel. Yeah, it does not get a spare wheel, which is shocking. And the towing hook is placed here on the side. You cannot lift this because the battery is actually placed right below, so there is no spare wheel in this car. And I think this is puncture repair kit with gloves and all those things. This is a random punching bag when you are just frustrated that your board meeting did not go well. And this is the charging cable of the vehicle. It does slow charging, which is disappointing. If you want to ski, you can just hold on to this while the car accelerates from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour really fast and breaks the rope. And I think some papers here, the manual and whatnot. But yeah, this is Chintu Mintu because the boot is already filled with a lot of these additional stuff lying here. Warning triangle right there. I don't know why this light is there. It tells me some instructions which I don't want to follow right now. Meanwhile, it's a power tailgate. I press this button and there it shuts. You get a high mounted stop lamp, and this color is, I think, Alpine Grey, which is a manufacturer color, which obviously looks super duper cool. Not everybody likes it, but it looks quite nice. I really like it. Sort of around Nardo Grey, but not really Nardo Grey. Anyways, this is where the charging happens. So the charging port has been placed right here. Let's get inside, and for starters, I'm going to do the most sensible thing, which is removing my shoes. If you notice, there's a lot of space here. So yes, it's spacious. This seat actually reclines by 43.5 degrees. So if I press a button, there it's reclining. Yeah, the recline angle is absolutely crazy. And then because it has a night package, obviously it has got a lot of carbon fiber and a lot of red all around because there's a red stitching on the seats. In fact, that red stitching extends here as well, and it's also mixed with carbon fiber right here. Simply by pressing this button, and when I do that, you can notice everything is so magical. That seat is going all the way ahead, and when it does now, there's a little bit of a problem. You really can't see what's happening on the left. It gives you a warning of the same, but there it has gone. And now look at the magic happen here as well. So keep the button pressed and come on car, respond. If I don't have to even keep the button pressed, I've just left it there. Everything is happening on its own, which is fantastic because the S-Class is at the end of the day one of the best cars in the world, which means that it obviously has to give you a ton of space. So for people who like to be chauffeur driven, well, the S63 is just way too powerful for your chauffeur, but you can still relax in utmost comfort because look at this magic happen. It's absolutely crazy. The only issue is that this car does not suffice for someone as tall as me. So yes, if you really want next level comfort, you need to get the Maybach version. Otherwise, if you're short now, you can comfortably sit in here, which I'll show you right now. It says AMG here, which actually illuminates at night. And here I step in and I realize, oh my God, this is a house. So my legs cannot go completely flat because there isn't as much space here, unfortunately. But still, it is quite comfortable. It's amazing. The comfort levels are next level, and there's good amount of headroom as well. Speaker placement here, speaker placement here. In fact, it has got gesture control. All I need to do is like pull it like that and it works so well. Just one fling of my hand and the sunblind on the top opened, which is super duper cool. You get these soft pillows as well. In fact, there is some amount of storage below here with a wireless charging pad. There's a screen here, which is a 7-inch screen. Obviously, you can do a lot on the screen. Chalu ho jana, chalu kyun ye screen? Samsung ki screen hai, isliye thodi bahut chalu hai. It's not turning on only right now. Let me just clean it. So I think I need to start it from here, yeah, and when I do that, I'll start it from here as well. This is an 11.6-inch screen. There's an 11.6-inch screen here as well. So dual 11.6-inch screens. You can do a lot of stuff here. You're going to use it without profile. I can activate the massage. I can change a lot of stuff. See, there are 10 massages right here. Yeah, a lot of massage functions, which is amazing. You can change the seat heating, ventilation. You can change the ambient lighting as well. Amazing ambient lighting. And it says airbag here because this car has got 10 airbags. Yeah, it says airbag almost everywhere. There's an airbag which comes out from here too, which is amazing. In fact, it has got USB-C charging ports. I don't know why. I mean, cables actually, not the ports. And these are, I think, to connect this thing with, I don't know what, maybe your headphones or something of that sort. Yeah, magazine holders, very aircraft style here. This screen is on a sort of a vacation. In fact, I'll just remove it right now. There, it is 100% charged. I don't know why it's not activating. You can take it in your hand, put it in your pocket. Also, Chintu Mintu, just 7-inch. Just going to keep it back into place, and there it slots in. Now, this opens. You can opt for refrigerator. So that's how you actually access it. Center passenger also gets a head, which is amazing. yeah, center passenger gets a head here. Thankfully, there's a big hump there, obviously, because it's a 4-wheel drive system. But the thing is that you get 4-zone climate control air conditioning system. So you can operate the air conditioning from here, which is quite nice, and it gets a PM 2.5 air filter. AC vents here, AC vents here, height adjustable seat belts at the front. There's a hook here, lot of Alcantara finishing, and yeah, the cabin just feels amazing. In fact, there is 2 USB-C charging sockets and 2 HDMI ports as well. So yeah, charging options are like plenty inside this cabin. They haven't like cut corners anywhere in this car. Dashboard definitely looks lovely because it gets this sort of a carbon fiber finishing. I think it is proper carbon fiber. I can play all day long. In fact, it has got a microphone here also because it's got noise cancellation. Did I do this? Why is it closing? Yeah, it's actually opening while I'm doing the other way. And there are a lot of buttons here because using this I can put the sun blind down. Yeah, there it is. Massive sun blinds, all electric, even for the small quarter glass. That is the level of attention to detail which Mercedes offers. In fact, I can open and close the sun blind there. Yeah, so I'm just going to shut this sun blind because I have got all the controls here. Even the passenger on the other side has got controls. So privacy is something which is being taken very seriously in the Mercedes S-Class. Yeah, it has to be, right? There's no remote or anything of that sort, and I think you can press this button to turn on and off the AC vent, which is quite cool. Here it's telling you that it has isofix child seat mounts, but use it with caution because obviously yeah, you've got a screen here and whatnot. Dual roofs, the front one obviously opens. Nice handle to hold on to with a light on the top. In fact, it has got gesture control for the light as well. All you need to do is put your hand like this and the light will turn on. So yeah, that's next level attention to detail in this car. Let me just get out of here because I think we have spent way too much time in the rear seat of an AMG, which we should never be doing because it's an AMG at the end of the day. Yeah, Samsung, what are you doing? Samsung, wake up. Samsung, wake up. By the way, if you notice, there is light here on the seatbelt buckles to tell you where to put the seatbelt at night. This is so freaking amazing. Yeah, I was saying, isofix child seat mounts. You can open it from here. Amazing finishing on the seats. Yeah, super duper comfortable and nice. So let's just shut the door, which needs no effort whatsoever because obviously it has got soft close door. There it pulls it inside to shut it as well. Yeah, effortless, absolutely effortless this car. Now, oh, where were we? Yeah, so it says Mercedes on the wipers as well. That's the level of attention to detail on this car. And I think I need to open this. Yeah, just swipe it and it opens. It keeps closing it, thinking that even at lower speeds now, aerodynamic efficiency is an important thing which you need to follow. Now, once we get inside, I realized that, oh my god, it's an S-Class at the end of the day, but a much sportier one. For starters, I'm just going to press this button here. And when I do that, if you notice, the seat will move, the steering will move and all. Memory seats, obviously, that's something you would expect. Lot of details here about the vehicle number and obviously for service and all those things. And it says airbag here because it obviously gets knee airbag too. Massive door pockets at the front. This is actually to open the fuel lid. You can't just press it and it opens. No, you have to open it from here. However, the charging port opens just by clicking it. This is to open the boot of the vehicle. Burmester written right here. Nice switches. This is for seat heating. This is for seat ventilation. And this is to operate the co-driver seat, which is way far ahead. So I'm just going to push it behind right now. So the thing is that the driver as well as the rear seat passenger who's sitting behind the co-passenger can obviously operate the front left seat, which means that seat is not the best place to be in because anyone can move it anytime they feel like. And now it is automatically going. I'm not pressing anything. See, it's automatic. It realizes that enough is enough. It needs to go back. Aukad mein aaja bhai, apne jagah chali ja. So that's what's happening right now. Just going to push it all. Oh my god, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah. So it can get a little complex because there are so many things to operate in this car. Yeah, this car is loaded with way too much tech. Yeah, no car should have this much tech. But Mercedes is like, yeah, we will give you so much tech now. It will blow your mind. It definitely blows your mind. This is the electric parking brake. It gets AMG specific pedals as well. Very nice actually. And it's easy to get in and out, but not as easy as an SUV. Let me turn off the indicator. Let me shut the door with a lot of love. And if you notice, it has got 31 speakers from Burmester, 31 speakers. It's got exciters here in the seat as well. And those exciters are just amazing because it gives you the bass. So I'm just going to turn on the audio system. Every time you turn on and off the audio system, the tweeters rotate. Yes, they rotate. Isn't that amazing? In fact, it has the AMG logo on the headrest as well. AMG badging here. Look at the bolstering. These seats are super duper wide and the glove box is lockable, but it also gets the car perfume. Yeah, it has got the air balance package, so you can decide how much perfume you want through the AC vent. The glove box is big enough. In fact, it is beautifully lined too. I love this treatment. It looks just amazing. The steering is new here, so it gets this sort of 4-spoke treatment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 5-spoke, whatever. Maths is not adding up here. Nice to hold flat bottom treatment. Says AMG here. You get a lot of control, so you can change a lot of stuff from here itself. Yeah, all the controls on your fingertips on both the sides. So here, this is obviously to change the drive modes. Yeah, which I'll show you while driving. The car turned off automatically. because it's like, ho gaya, enough. Now, don't suck all the fuel in the world. I'm just going to turn it on. Every time you turn on the car, it makes that EQ sound. It also makes a display here. Nice display, red color. It says AMG right here. The heads-up display is super duper cool because there are multiple modes for the heads-up display. So whenever you change the heads-up display, you just realize they've loaded the heads-up display as well. Nice mirror, which is obviously auto-dimming. You got ambient lighting here. You get a mirror and light here. You get a mirror and light here as well. But you get two sun visors because once you remove this one, there's another one which you can use. So that's also quite cool. Nice handle to hold on to, which is finished in leather. Microphone right there. Now this is a 12.8-inch screen. This is an OLED screen, vertical screen, amazing. First and foremost, it says S63 Edition 1. So easy to browse through this because there's a lot of information. Now they've added new menus like for the charging. Obviously, it gives you data, 31% charge. It will go 1 kilometer is what it says. And then there are AMG specific menus as well, because obviously this is an AMG. So you can see a lot of information here about the vehicle. Yeah, so they've added more menus in this car, which is a good thing. IWC clock is also given, which comes out with a very nice effect. Meanwhile, we're just going to come into the, okay, what's the time right now? Come to the right time. Yeah, so it's super duper loaded, similar to the S-Class. This is obviously navigation for the maps and all. This screen is super crazy. There's so much information. They have removed all the buttons because there's some buttons which are given right here. Okay, I just turned on the volume right now. Climate control, air conditioning, you can operate from here. Almost everything is touch and it's very nice. Only thing is obviously screens are a fingerprint magnet. AC is a chiller here. Get into comfort. You can go through the various massages here. You can change the intensity of the massage. Then you can obviously change the side bolsters exactly how you want them to be. In fact, you can change how you want the shoulder, lumbar support and all that. Everything can be adjusted. And then it's got 64 color ambient lighting. There's something known as multicolor. So when you change it, obviously it will have multiple colors, but this is by far the best ambient lighting I have seen in any car. It's just phenomenal. Firstly, it's very thick, which is amazing, and the ambient light is super cool. In fact, if there's someone behind and you open the door, it will also ring here and show a red color to tell you, no, 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 this is not the right time. This ambient lighting is active. Yeah, active ambient lighting. It also works for ADAS functions, which is quite cool. In case of a forward collision warning, it will ring. In fact, when I increase or decrease the temperature also, now it changes color here. Yeah, can you see it's coming red? In fact, I'm going to change it there. So that red bar will go from here. If I reduce the temperature, the blue bar will go from here. It's super duper advanced. It's absolutely crazy how much Mercedes thinks. Engine start button, there's no stop start system in this car because of this being an electric also, because it's a plug-in hybrid. So this button has been removed from here. What a beautiful screen. I'm just mind blown by the screen. I come into this menu, I can raise the vehicle, ride height, I can do a lot of stuff from here. In fact, I lowered the rear headrest. I can do that by just pressing a button right there. So when I do that, okay, it just makes it easier to look behind probably. I don't know why the audio keeps turning on again and again. I think vehicle shut on its own. So a lot of buttons here. Now this is to get into the charging menu. This is for the camera system. It obviously gets a 360-degree parking camera, which is fantastic in terms of quality. You've got multiple views. You've got front cam, rear cam, side. You can even save a GPS position so that the car knows when it needs to raise in the future at this particular point. So you can scrape avoiding speed breakers as well. There are twin cup holders here. There's a wireless charging pad. There's a phone holder, two USB-C charging sockets, another two USB-C charging sockets here, some storage space right here. Very practical a car. Nice paddles as well. And obviously, this is a 12.3-inch screen, which is fantastic because it gives you a lot of information. So you can change through a lot of these modes, which I will do while driving. There's so many of these here. Quality is just amazing. It also gets super sport and track pace. In fact, if I come onto the top, there are multiple views for the heads-up display as well, which is just an overkill. Mercedes has gone bonkers, to be honest, because they have given so much information in this car, which will blow your mind for sure. So I'm just going to come to track pace. Yeah, amazing screen, very nice. You also get a 3D view, which actually makes you feel like it's in 3D because it is. And when you turn on the car, there's an effect here, there's an effect here, there's an effect everywhere. A lot of buttons, which are not the easiest to operate because obviously these buttons are a bit touch sensitive. These for cruise control, this is to operate this screen, this is to operate that screen, this is for volume and audio controls as well. So yes, plenty of features. AC vents are here, 4 of them, but they reflect in the day in bright sunlight, which is not so cool. Let's just swipe like this to open the sun blind of the sunroof, and there it opens. So obviously they have given it dual roof rather than giving it one big fat one, I think, because they have given it light here. If I put my hand here, obviously the light will turn on, and I'm just going to swipe it again to open the sunroof. There it opens. By the way, it gets connected car tech. It gets a ton of features. I think this is one of the most loaded cars in the world. The amount of features are just mind-blowing. So I think that's about it. It doesn't open any further. But this being touch sensitive now is not the easiest to operate because, yeah, it could have been better done. Come on, don't get rid of buttons. So this is actually to open the sun blind at the rear, I think. Which sun blind am I opening? Let me press this again. Okay, that is to open the rear sun blind. I get a little confused. Sauce button if you just want to have sandwiches, and gives you some information of how you need to brake in the vehicle in terms of the running in. Obviously, let me turn on the car. I don't know why it keeps getting turned off. And again, the EQ sound comes, blind spot monitor right there. You can save up to 3 people's settings, and that is the control for the headlights. So automatic headlights. Obviously the AC vent placement has been done is actually quite nice. The AC is such a chiller. The dashboard looks fantastic. But how is this to drive? Because this is at the end of the day an S63 AMG. Let's go. All right, let's start driving. Let me turn on the vehicle, and there it rose to life. Quickly air conditioning off. I don't know why the audio system always turns on automatically. And we are actually going to come into the best drive mode, which is Sport Plus. Here I'm going to change this particular display to come into the AMG Performance, obviously into drive mode. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, hazard lights off, revving the motor, race start, listen to the sound, and off we go. Absolutely bonkers acceleration. Oh my goodness, before I could blink, the car is already doing crazy speeds. So yeah, the acceleration is mind-blowing, and I think it's going to rain any moment. So there, I'm using the wipers, but this has another very unique wiper mode. If I keep this button pressed, it actually goes into intense cleaning, but that intense cleaning will not work when I'm actually driving the car, so I have to stop and show that to you. Now this car is powered by a 4-litre bi-turbo V8 engine, which is usually the norm with Mercedes S63 AMG models. Not always, because the C63 is definitely an exception. So 63, obviously, okay, look at this, okay? I'm giving the indicator and I'm just turning. So what's the big deal there? And the big deal is that if this car is in my line of sight and then I give an indicator, it tells me that I should not turn. That is how good ADAS system works in this car. So 4-litre bi-turbo V8 engine, which produces 612 horsepower and 900 Newton meters of torque. But what is special here is that this car is actually a plug-in hybrid with a 13.1 kilowatt hour battery pack, which produces 190 horsepower and 320 Newton meters of torque. Now compared to the Mercedes AMG GT63 e-Performance, this car has electric motor, which is a rear-mounted electric motor. It is liquid cooled for optimum temperature management. This electric motor is producing 13 horsepower less than the GT63. I don't understand why, but it is actually having more than double the capacity in terms of the battery pack, because this one is a 13.1 kilowatt hour. Meanwhile, the GT63 has a small battery capacity, like Chuntu Mintu battery capacity, if I may, because that is just 6.1 kilowatt hour. However, the GT63's electric motor is more punchy and performance oriented. This one produces 802 horsepower combined, and the torque output is 1430 Newton meters. Mind-numbing. I mean, the numbers are just going to blow your mind. However, it has a multi-clutch automatic gearbox, which is quick with shifts, but the electric motor has a 2-speed gearbox as well. The result is 0 to 100 km per hour in 3.3 seconds. Top speed is 250 km per hour, which is nothing new. However, with the AMG drivers package, you can extend that top speed all the way to 288 km per hour. I don't know why they do not hit the 300 mark here with the S-Class, because this car is very, very, very fast indeed. Performance is something which will definitely blow your mind, and it goes really very strongly. Like, there is a bit of hiccup between electric and ICE modes. However, you're not going to really complain about that much. And braking performance, oh my god, it's super duper strong. It actually moves you, like slams you ahead. We're going to quickly change the modes here. I'm going to come into drive, hazard lights on. I'm going to change this from super sport to sport, and left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, showing me how much power and torque it's consuming. And off we go, race start. This car puts butterflies in your stomach. It accelerates with so much brutal enthusiasm now. It makes you feel kind of giddy as well. And obviously it launches with a lot of enthusiasm to the point it moves all over the place, in spite of the fact this is a 4MATIC Plus system, 4-wheel drive system, yet it is helter-skelter. Now the electric motor can give you a range of 33 kilometers, EV only range, And on EV mode, you can hit a top speed of 125 kilometers per hour, which isn't bad if you ask me, because that's kind of the legal speed limit in most of the countries in the world except Germany, where this car is manufactured or rather sold the most, I believe. Around the corners, you don't feel the weight of this car. 2595 kgs, which is a lot. Yeah, this is a heavy car, but you don't feel the weight at all because somehow weight management has been done pretty well. But this car is like almost 600 kgs heavier than the previous S63 because of the electric motor and the battery pack which has been added here just to boost the performance. And now since we are slowing down, let me tell you, in the city, well, the length of this car is going to make you feel a little uneasy because okay, look at that, it's so beautiful. The blind spot monitor, blind view monitor, whatever, that blind view alert and warning. ADAS is done fantastically well, little bit oversensitive here obviously, but then it gets the job done. We're going to just change this mode here. I'm just going to change it into the classic one, which I think looks quite nice. And look at the way the tachometer has been done here. There's so many things to play around with here. It will blow your mind. This is a very loaded cluster, beautiful screen. In fact, I will take the opportunity to turn on the cameras right now. He's going to get to the 360 view, and then you can see, oh my goodness, it looks phenomenal. The steering is light at lower speeds, and obviously it weighs up very well at high speed. And since we are driving very slowly right now, let me cycle through all the drive modes. There's comfort mode, which is basically for comfort, and because the camera is on now, it is actually not. Oh my god, why is this person so big? Was that what's that wrestler's name? I keep forgetting. Khali, the great Khali there. Yeah, this looks fantastic. In fact, if I give an indicator, it is not showing me here, is it? No, it is showing me here. So yeah, great attention to detail. We just turn off this camera right now because I'm going to be circling through the drive modes right away. Band ho ja bhai. Yeah. Now, so if we are in comfort, it changes a lot of parameters. It changes the engine, it changes the suspension, it changes the dynamics. So dynamics have basic, advanced and pro, which is to do with the traction control system. Then there is obviously the ice mode, or rather the slippery mode, and then you can obviously configure a lot of things, individual settings. So suspension can be comfort, sport, sport plus. Dynamics can be basic, advanced, pro. Drive can be, oh my god, so many of them. Reduced, battery hold, electric, moderate, sport, dynamic. That's crazy. Then there is something known as battery hold, which I don't really understand what it means. If you know, please let me know in the comment section below. Battery hold means just make sure, I think the battery should not deplete beyond a point or be on the same battery energy levels probably. Then there's electric only mode, which is super silent. The car actually turns on that, but no, there's a speed breaker, so I'm just going to raise the vehicle height, which obviously helps a lot because the ground clearance is really low and the suspension is actually well tuned. However, the wheelbase is super duper long, so you really need that. You really need to raise the ride height at times. So this is the electric only mode. It turns on in this mode. It's super duper silent. You can barely hear a thing, and thankfully it has got rear wheel steering, so turning radius isn't that bad. It turns by almost 3 degrees. So there are 7 drive modes. There is no race mode in this car. However, there's a race start which is paired to the gearbox of the vehicle, so it enables race start, which is quite nice. And then yeah, that's done. Not bad at all. Onto the throttle. Internal combustion engine is not turning on right now, but it is showing me the traction control light because I think the rear electric motor only powers the rear wheels, so the front wheels are not having traction, so it's giving me that warning. There's sport mode obviously, and there's sport plus, and then I'm trying to turn more to get the race mode. There is no race mode here, which is quite surprising. So it has got adaptive dampers, it's got air suspension, it has got a ton of stuff inside or underneath in terms of the suspension, but the low profile tires don't really help it on bad roads because you can feel the bumps. It kind of feels uneasy over bad roads because firstly it is an AMG, so it is on the stiffer side, and secondly the low profile tires really don't help because then you can feel a lot of bumps inside, which means that I should quickly change this drive mode. I'm going to come to understated. We are going to come from out. Oh my god, the bumps, I could feel them. Oh my god, that's a very expensive bump to go through. So we're going to change this to the engine, showing me power and torque, and off we go. I'm in Sport Plus in this particular mode, which is kind of weird. Oh my god, the acceleration is good. The sound is also nice. However, it has this electric sound also, and it has this artificial sound also. Too much weird sounds coming because of the artificial sounds in this car. And obviously, it's easy to maneuver. Handling is good. Body roll is well contained. Steering is fantastic. Yeah, I can actually turn very quickly as well because steering is super duper sharp and super quick here. In fact, I'm just going to change this mode again, and we're going to come to the navigation one. What amazing cluster Mercedes is doing. The tech on this car will blow your mind. In fact, when you sit in the rear seat, now the seatbelt will automatically come to you. Yeah, it automatically comes and it automatically goes back. Yeah, it has that mechanism which you usually see with convertible cars for the seatbelt mechanism, but that's there at the rear because obviously it's aimed at rear seat passengers. So again, fantastic stuff, and no matter which gear you are in, you get onto the throttle, it automatically and immediately picks up. So I'm going to come into the manual mode there, and oh my god, it downshifts very aggressively. This engine is super duper soothing, and look at the kind of graph it makes there. And then obviously forward collision warning kicks in really fast. I'm going to quickly come into the menu because I think we should quickly change the colors for the ambient lighting. Ambient lighting is just fantastic. I'm just going to come to the blue one because I think blue looks quite cool, but that's not even blue. I don't know why I become colorblind while driving this car. That's sort of purplish. This is sort of better. Yeah, that is the one I was looking for. And we are going to come to the menu. The car just upshifted. We are going to come out of this menu. So many things to play around with, which is absolutely amazing. And look at that. It's actually showing me a car instead of a truck, which is quite crazy. And directional changes will blow your mind. The speed at which this car changes direction is absolutely unfreaking believable. What an amazing machine. So I'm just going to put the clock right now to tell you why it's so gloomy right now, because the time is around sunset. Yeah, I'm a little late to shoot this video today, but then I was just so busy admiring all the tech in this car, because the tech is just mind-blowing, to be put mildly. Yeah, just such an amazing tech. Mercedes really nails it there. I know a lot of stuff in this car is similar to other Mercedes cars, so there is no wow or unique factor here in particular, but then everything has been put together so well that you simply go ahead and appreciate. What you don't appreciate is the price of this car. Like I was telling you, 4.5 crores on road Mumbai. The registration cost of this car is around 51 lakhs. The first year insurance cost is approximately 15 lakhs. Yeah, it is extremely expensive. Expensive is like an understatement here, because everything seems super duper crazy priced. Mercedes obviously charges a bomb in terms of giving you all what you need in terms of tech, features, comfort and all, and nobody's even near. If you talk about the BMW M8, firstly it's available in 2-door coupe, and secondly it's a lot cheaper, around under 3 crore rupees obviously, but then it doesn't even have half of what this particular S-Class has to offer. An S-Class is an S-Class is an S-Class is an S-Class. It is the best car in the world, and it is just so amazing in the way it changes direction. It's mind-blowing to say the least. The horn can't be heard on the inside. That's the level of insulation. But yes, I can hear a lot of tire noise. I can hear a lot of wind noise. Yeah, the tires are a bit of an issue because they're so low profile. Now you can hear a lot somehow. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know this car is super fast, and the brakes, very nice brakes. Now left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, race start. Oh my god, it pushes you back into the seat with so much enthusiasm now. Your head hits the headrest, your stomach feels like I don't know what is happening, and it just launches with so much enthusiasm. It's mind-blowing to say the least. I'm going to downshift here because we are trying to get into the manual mode, and then it's showing me all the colors in red to tell me that, oh my goodness, what? There is no manual control. I think they might be depending on the situation, but I have to go into the settings. There's so many settings to play along or around with right now, which is crazy. 7,000 RPM is the red line of this vehicle, which is a lot of considering the engine is so punchy, and then the electric motor is always ready. Now, like I was telling you, the electric range is just 33 kilometers, and you have to charge it using a 3.7 kilowatt AC charger, not a DC one. So it takes around 5 hours to charge that or juice up the battery, but it will charge it for using the onboard generator as well. So obviously not everyone's going to sit and charge the S classes, but the internal combustion engine can power the battery, charge it as well. Now obviously under braking also it can juice up the battery, because there are 4 regen modes and it can regen up to 90 kilowatt, which is a lot. So yes, this is the best of internal combustion engine and the best of Mercedes electric fused together to give you absolutely mind-numbing performance. So I was telling you the weight increase around 600 kgs. This is actually 525 kgs, but then again you really don't feel the weight as such. But if you try to drive it aggressively around the corners, you can feel a bit of the weight, but then you need to understand you're driving a car which is this big, this huge, so obviously some amount of weight can be felt. Now this car is actually having an aluminium stabilizer up ahead. It is using carbon fiber wrapping for the battery, so weight saving measures have been done in certain places. And the reason why the car's brakes are super duper awesome is because they are carbon ceramic discs, which are obviously optional, which cost a bomb as well. This car also gets torque vectoring at the rear, and that's the reason it obviously is super duper awesome in terms of handling for a car of this size. It does handle supremely well, so I'm not going to complain on that. Only thing is the ride is quite bad, and then I can hear the small pebbles on the road right now, because obviously this car's low profile tires are just too low profile for Indian road conditions. We're going to come to a halt here. It's saying that it can go 6 kilometers on this battery, so yes, the car is doing well to charge the battery up. Okay, since you have stopped, I'm just going to use this amazing trick to clean the wipers. This is known as intense cleaning, and look at it. This is actually known as intensive cleaning, not intense cleaning, and it will keep this like this for 30 seconds. Meanwhile, the water will drip here and it will make sure the windscreen will better time. So this amazing feature, wherever you want, you'll find something crazy in this car. Now the reason it was not doing upshifts manually is because I have to change it here. So yeah, a lot of stuff to change. So right now I will come into the gearbox mode and I'll press this. Now we have have activated manual shift, so now it will not shift unless and until I decide to do so. And I'll just get into drive right now. As soon as I did that, this will shut automatically, and we will start crawling ahead. Hazard lights off, and off we go. So this guy's got active anti-roll bars as well, which obviously also help into the handling, and there it will not upshift unless and until I decide to do so. Yeah, there you go. The only thing is the fake sound gets to you a bit. It's a bit weird, the fake sound in this car. But then almost everyone is doing fake sounds, and you have to do those fake sounds in such crazy luxury cars because the level of insulation is so good. Now you cannot hear a thing inside the cabin. It's so smooth, it's so silent, it's just pin drop silent as well. And then, oh my god, every time you get into the throttle, it just leaps ahead with crazy enthusiasm. Mind-blowing performance. It's super duper fast. What a quick car. I think we should get out of this mode. We are going to do race start again. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Race start activated, and off we go. Holy moly, the car is just dancing right, left and center in spite of the weight, in spite of the size of the tires, in spite of all that tech. Still, it's not able to put all that power down smoothly because it's not about the power, it's the torque. 1430 Newton meters is mind-blowing number of torque coming out on the four wheels. But the electric motor is pushing a lot more now, thereby making it a little uncomfortable for this car to put all that power down. Now, this actually brings me to the price of the regular variant of the S63, which is not the edition one, which costs around 59 lakhs less at 3.91 crores. You don't get the carbon package, you don't get the night package, and you don't get the edition one badging here. You can go to Karol Bagh and get it, obviously, but then you say 59 lakhs. 59 lakhs will get you the most affordable Mercedes car, the A-Class. Yes, you can get an A-Class along with the S63, the entry-level Mercedes sedan and the top-end Mercedes sedan without going for the edition one. How's that for advice? That's absolutely bonkers advice from me right now. Yeah, I have to admit sometimes my ideas are so good and unique as well. That said, I feel this car is not really meant for Indian roads, especially the 21-inch wheels, optional although on the regular variant. It just is too uncomfortable, and then your heart is in your mouth every time you come across a bump, and there are places wherein the car will kind of scrape as well, so you have to be super duper careful while driving this car, and that's something I really don't want to. I just want to drive very peacefully. The only problem is that the SUV equivalent of this car is the GLS, which is not even close to what the S-Class offers. Even though Mercedes calls it the S-Class of SUVs, it is simply not as good as the S-Class. The kind of tech, the kind of features, the kind of almost everything in this car is on another planet altogether, and that's the reason an S-Class is an S-Class is an S-Class is an S-Class. It's just unmatched. It's amazing in every possible way. It drives amazingly well. It's super duper awesome. It feels so good, and I think buying an S63 is just pointless because where will you use all that power? You'll be happy with the S350. You'll save a lot of money. A diesel is a diesel is a diesel. Quite efficient as well. This car obviously drinks fuel. Will return between 2 to 4 kilometers per liter depending on your driving style. Otherwise, you just come into the electric only mode, and when you do that, the efficiency will definitely improve. And if you are the kind of person who likes efficiency, rather than getting a plug-in hybrid, just get a diesel. On that terrible advice, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give the thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I see a lot of traffic today. I don't know why. Everyone seems to be on the road right now. But let me tell you, wherever you take this car, people turn and stare like, what is this really long sedan which also looks super duper sporty? And then when you accelerate, you don't even see the reaction of people because this car is just gone. The performance is absolutely mind-numbing. I do have to admit, I miss the S65, I miss the 12-cylinder engine, and the way things are going, the next generation of the S63 will have a 6-cylinder engine, hopefully. Otherwise, probably we'll just get an electric version of the S-Class in the next generation, which is quite possible. Now, this car, the S-Class that is, was launched around 2020, which means that the next generation model is due somewhere around 2028. So we are in 2024, so facelift will come first, and then obviously the next generation will come, and I'm not really looking forward to it because I feel that this is the top of what an S-Class can do. This is the ultimate S-Class. This is an S-Class which has it all: performance, features, what else does it have? I mean, everything it has. And thankfully we've got the S63 quite fast when compared to the global model, because the global launch was last year only. So Mercedes did take its time, but I think they could have got it sooner also, considering this is a CBU model, of course. And I love the fact that you're just floating on good roads. Yeah, good roads don't affect this car. It feels amazing on good roads. It's only on bad roads you're like questioning your decision to get an S-Class. But then I have to admit, this is a very smooth car. I was on electric only mode. How did I come on comfort mode? I have no clue whatsoever. Yeah, now look at the silence. I mean, you can't look at silence, but you can feel the silence, you can feel the peace, you can feel the calm, and you can feel that you're driving a car which is going to do a top speed of 125 kilometers per hour right now when I drive it on electric mode. And let me see what happens after 125 kilometers per hour. Does it just, oh my god, these small things on the road can be felt quite profusely. Let's see if it, okay, internal combustion engine has kicked in, and there it automatically changes the mode. So this car tries to behave over smart with me. I just want to see whether you're able to do 125 kilometers per hour. No, my turn spot has come already, and yeah, I was a little disappointed there that I could not. Simply just could. Okay, let's get into the power. Oh, tires screeching there. So yeah, I could not test the top speed in electric mode only because it accelerates very slowly. We'll come to that in a bit. I know I've said bye already with this video, but I can't get enough of this Mercedes S-Class, which means I'll come into Sport Plus mode, and it's time to launch this beast on a very nice smooth tarmac right now. So hopefully this way we are going to be able to put all that power down right away. Come to the sport mode here. Hazard lights off, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, and off we go. Oh, seatbelt also tightens up, and this car has a very cool feature, which is basically every time you turn now, it will actually massage you. So if I'm turning left now, my body will move to one side, and that side will get this dynamic function. So dynamic seats are obviously there, and there are two modes for the same, so you can obviously alter that as well. I think we are in EL mode. Yeah, we are in electric mode only, and we are going to hit 125 kilometers per hour, and there 125. And then the internal combustion engine has not yet kicked in, so yes, it can do higher speeds than that. So why Mercedes is saying 125 kilometers per hour, I have no clue at all. Yeah, brakes can get a bit squeaky, but other than that, I have absolutely no complaints. And forget this electric stuff. Yeah, just get into Sport Plus mode. Downshift, 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 downshift. Listen to the roar of this car. What a car! I love it.